Sony FX5, and the big deal about it is it's the newest camera from Sony. You know, we got open gate for Sony for the first time. You have triple base ISO, which is fantastic. So instead of having to go from 640 all the way to 12,800, you have a nice little middle ground. But the biggest selling point, I think, for me is the fact that you have raw, compressed, 3 different modes. That's awesome, right? 3 different options for it. You have like the most compressed, the least compressed, somewhere in the middle. That's what's a selling point for me, especially in a time where you have a bunch of different options for cameras. And you know, we have the storage shortage right now, which really sucks because of AI data centers and all that. No matter where you fall, so supporting, not supporting, excuse me, you know, etc., right? But this camera is weird. This camera causes a lot of discourse online. This camera is causing a lot of conversations where people are like, yo, let's be honest, is this camera really worth it? And I think the problem lies in the price point. The price point of being $4,800 before you get any accessories. It's a $4,800 camera. And the camera, in a weird way, doesn't feel complete. Like, if you put this camera up, I've looked it up. I've looked up videos and other people doing it. The FX5 versus the Nikon ZR and the FX3, the average person can't tell. The FX5 has a little bit more detail, but not to the point of selling my gear, selling my lenses, we gotta switch over, right? And even then, if open gate's the big deal for you, the thing is, you can get open gate off of a Fujifilm camera that's $800 right now. If you go look up, I think it's the XM5, brand new at Best Buy, it's like $1,100. If you want to get it used to save some money, it's like $800 to $850. Now it's a 26.5 megapixel camera, so you're still getting really good quality out of it, and you can push that camera as much as you want, and you're gonna get the you're gonna get it. You're gonna get the you know, the look that you want, the open gate. Heck, I might go get that camera this year just to be able to have an open gate and just push that camera around. But I think, you know, the Nikon ZR, I love that camera. I got to review that camera, hands-on experience for a couple months. I'm still mad Nikon made me send that camera back. I love that camera so much. I'm trying to pick it up for myself. I want to pick it up for myself. I just don't like the H.265 because I feel like it's kind of blurry. And I don't know if that camera can do open gate, but if they can do like a firmware update, potentially give it open gate, that'd be even better. An open gate at that point with that camera with red color science, open gate on that camera. What? Come on, man. But Fujifilm has open gate, LUMIX has open gate, Blackmagic has open gate, and I think the problem is all these other companies and competitors for Sony do open gate at 6K for cheaper. That's the selling point for those cameras. And so if you're putting it within this lineup of these smaller cinema hybrid cameras or smaller cinema cameras with simple bodies, smaller bodies, compact bodies, that's what I was looking for, then the price point of those cameras, we're talking about the most expensive one I can think of is maybe $3,000. I believe that's the Canon RC5, right? I think that's what it is. Is an RC5 or Canon RC. That's $3,000. Everything else is somewhere between $1,800 if you're going to go with the FX30. You also have the XM5 that you talked about, which is $800 or $1,100 brand new. And then everything else is like in the $2,000 range. You know, if you go to Blackmagic, depending on which one you get, it's somewhere between $2,000 to, if you do like the Pyxis 6K, which is a great camera. It's a bit chunkier, but it's a great camera. That camera is like $3,200, so like $3,500. It's still cheaper. It's still cheaper, and that's kind of the problem. Is I don't understand this price point, unless, follow me, with the menu system being like a true blue cinema camera, top of the line cinema camera, I can see this being a great B cam or C cam or a crash cam, a situation where we are in a tight space and we can't put the full, like Sony Bravano, for example, in the situation because we don't have enough room. Pick up the FX5, makes sense to me, right? Or we're doing an action sequence. There's a lot of moving parts, a lot of moving bodies, a lot of moving props situations, or like it's a car mounted situation. I'd much rather mount the FX5. That makes sense. And your producer and your insurance is going to thank you later because some of those bigger cameras are huge and extremely expensive before you put on the $20,000, $30,000 lens. That makes sense to me. But do I think people should fall for the okie doke and, oh my gosh, this is a newest camera, I need to go get it? No, you don't need to sell your camera. If you look, I'm telling you right now, I think his name is Matty. Matty did a video where he literally compared the FX5, the FX3, and the Nikon ZR. And if we're just talking about raw formats at 6K, raw format 6K, the Nikon ZR held up really well versus the FX3 held up really well. And the FX5, it was good, but the thing being, I could tell the difference. You could probably tell the difference because you're watching a video on cameras. The average person out there probably can't tell the difference. They probably won't notice it at all, right? And if majority of your audience doesn't know the difference, the question now becomes, is just a preference of you as a DP or you as a videographer or you as a content creator. Do you want that? And I'm seeing a bunch of videos when people are saying, it's a good camera, it's a nice camera, it ain't worth the extra, it ain't the extra, $2,000, extra $2,000, right? I don't know. I personally, and again, okay, back to Nikon thing. This is just me. I know I work with Nikon a lot. This is just me. Again, the 32-bit float audio being internal to the camera and not being locked behind an extra monitor where you have to pay extra money, that means so much to me, man. It means something to me. But that's just me, right? At the end of the day, it comes down to if it's within this line that they've created. For example, the FX2. I bring this camera up randomly and people go, the what? FX2 dropped and people were like, I don't really know who this camera is for. That's where the FX5 is for me. I think for a lot of people, I'm like, yo, this is like a B cam for a bigger production, but it's a very niche production. Or this is for people who are working in productions constantly and the clients are requiring from them to have open gate, right? If I picked up, and the thing is, the reason like people are telling you this, if you really need open gate for a project, I trust Fujifilm. The X-M5 is a solid camera. It's not the best camera in the world, but 26 megapixels is solid. I trust 26 megapixels. I can work with Fujifilm. I love their colors. I even emulate the colors all the time in some of my projects. You can pick it up. You got open gate for $800 on the X-M5, or go grab a Blackmagic. I know I can trust Blackmagic. It's not necessarily autofocus, and if you do use autofocus, it's not the best. But go get you a cine lens with Blackmagic. You know you're gonna get great colors for sure. And it's like, well, I won't get the Sony autofocus. I mean, Nikon's autofocus is pretty sticky. I use it for photography all the time. It's pretty sticky. For videos and filmmaking, it's pretty sticky. Canon's autofocus is pretty sticky. Fujifilm is pretty solid. So it comes down to, differentiating between all the brands for like autofocus. It's like it's like 1 or 2 seconds, which doesn't make a lot of sense if you're doing like filmmaking. It may not make a difference, because then if the autofocus is taking too long, we'll go to manual and have somebody pull focus. If you're doing sports photography, then that makes a whole different, that's entirely different from what we're talking about. But the FX5 itself, no. Again, if you truly desire this camera, go get it. Is it something that is just ground shaking? Triple base ISO. If triple base ISO paired with the 3 different variations of the Sony RAW in 16-bit color, yeah, for cheaper though. And I don't know. I feel like if you did all that open gate 6K internal ND filters, and I'm cool with you not using the the FX body, maybe go a little bit bigger. That makes sense to me. We're cool with that. That's fine, right? This is the first time I've watched a situation where I'm watching people legit argue about the camera in a way that is, I consider it somewhat healthy, because it seems people are disappointed, like they didn't get enough in this camera. And I think it's really good, and it's fun to hear the audience, your target audience, if you're trying to sell to, tell you, hey, yeah, you dropped the product. It's not enough if you want me to pay that. And I think they're doing 4K 240 after a firmware update. I don't know when that firmware update's coming, by the way. From my understanding, I haven't heard anything yet. But like, that is awesome if you do commercial work, or if you do maybe weddings, or if you do photography or sports. That 4K 240, beautiful. And even filmmakers, beautiful. But also 4K 120 works really well too. You know what I mean? Like if I'm going to save $1,000, I'm going to save $1,500, I'm going to save $2,000. 4K 120 would do it for me. And I think that's kind of the problem, is that a lot of times cameras come out, get it if you want, And I think that Sony's been in the lead for cameras for so long. A lot of people just expected more. and it's okay to. But also, like, I was telling somebody the other day, when it comes to the span of people who like us, right? Techie people, people who love cameras, the last couple years have been crazy. The amount of cameras that have been released has been wild, and I love it. But at some point in time, we're gonna get to a point where you're literally picking the best parts of certain cameras to put into another camera, which is cool. Which means until we get to that really, really great camera, you're gonna release stuff that's just, it's like an appetizer. It's not filling. It's not fun. The FX5 from a distance, it doesn't feel fun. I don't feel the urge to put down my A7S III that I'm recording right now. I don't feel the need to drop this camera for another camera, for the FX5. I don't feel the need to go sell my Nikon Z8. I don't feel the need to go, sell any extra lenses to go pick up this camera. I don't feel the need to grab a credit card and go grab this camera. And that's what a lot of us are saying. So I think if you put it within the hybrid cameras, the hybrid cinema cameras, or the smaller compact cinema cameras, it doesn't hold up very well. Not at all. It doesn't hold up at all, in my opinion, when it comes down to the price point. And that's the problem, is the price point. But if you move it over to, production style cameras, the bigger cameras, the big boys, as a B cam, not the A cam, as a B cam, cool. C cam, cool. As the backup for stuff, makes sense. But to be my main camera, and it's so much more expensive, when I can get the open gate for cheaper, I don't know. That's all I got for you. You tell me. Would you guys link it down in the comment section below? Would you want to sell your camera to pick this camera up? Are you selling this camera to pick this camera up? Oh God, cut that out. Jesus, please. Cut all this out. Cut all this out. Cut. But yeah, that's the question, right? Would you sell something to get this camera, or would you save up to get this camera? And for a lot of people, the answer is no, and that is okay. If you love this camera's for you, great. But as always, I'm behind people who are like, yeah, getting an expensive camera, expensive glass doesn't make you a better filmmaker. They're right. If your lighting is buns, then your colors are buns, which means the video's buns. If your audio is buns and the video's pretty, your video's now buns. But at the end of the day, Sony dropped something that I think if it didn't have to tag FX on it, makes more sense. If that makes sense to you, you tell me. If it wasn't sitting right between the FX3 and the FX6, it makes more sense, because at the price point, getting all the features, all the accessories, get all the accessories, is now a $5,500 camera. Meanwhile, the day it dropped, I was looking at that price. I was like, what? Looked up the FX6, not brand new one, excellent condition one, an excellent condition used one, low hours, $5,000. Which is like, yo, so it's cheaper to just go get the bigger camera. And I know there's a trade-off. There's a trade-off for the features, of course, but I don't know. I don't hate the camera. I think the camera is solid, but for a lot of situations, with as much as Sony's released, if you put this Sony against that Sony, the average person can't tell the difference. Unless they're like, oh yeah, I see it. And even then, they may not actually see it. They might just tell you that they see it, right? If you're just looking for the best deal, this isn't the best deal. So as a DP, as a content creator, as a filmmaker, what do you want? That's the question. And for a lot of us, we're saying, if you want open gate, if that is your thing, if you need open gate, you can get it over there for cheaper. Save your money, because listen, filmmakers, we know how tough it is to, fund your projects and get funding for your projects. And that's what it comes down to. Save your money. So who knows? Maybe all this discourse is going to require or get Sony to drop down the price. Probably not, if we're being honest with each other, but it's hopeful thinking. So that being said, that's all I got for you for now. Let me know what you guys think about the FX5 in the comment section down below. Is it a great camera? Do you love the camera? Or are you like me? It's like, I don't hate the camera. I don't love the camera, but she's there. I don't hate it. It's there. Would you sell your camera for this? Would you sell some extra lenses for it? Would you just go out and buy it? Do you think this camera would be the thing that's holding you back? It's like, I need that to get there. Because for a lot of us, we're like, yeah, that's not what it is. Just go out there and just make something. That being said, that's all I got for you for now. Until next time, peace. Real quick, hey, this is Jay from the future. If you're enjoying this video, do me a favor, leave me a Like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know, how you think about the FX5? Do you love this camera? Do you hate this camera? Are you willing to sell your current camera package, which is your camera and your lens, maybe even your microphone, to go get this camera? Let me know what you guys think. All right, I'll see you next time. Peace.